Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting stuff to go and cover where it does seem like this is now officially confirmed news when it comes to the upcoming PlayStation 5 brand new console. Now, this has actually all been confirmed now by the actual core documentation. If you guys are curious, we basically, as I'm sure you guys have heard on my channel or just in general, the really big Xbox and PlayStation, all pretty much big law form, like going back and forth and fighting each other with lawyers making millions upon millions of dollars. We actually are now getting a lot of big leaks and information and just everything. Just a lot of really big stuff coming out. And one big thing kind of go note is that we saw the rumors for the PlayStation 5 Slim and the next iteration of consoles, and it does seem like it is confirmed. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the proof, talk about everything else in between the bread and the pudding. So let's go and talk about that as well. If any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitching down below. Hope you guys have a fantastic 4th of July so far. Make sure you guys are being safe, enjoy some barbecue, whatever it may be. And of course, you have the Amazon links down below for the consoles up on sale. And let's dive into the video itself. So first and foremost, we have like all these big court documentations. If you guys have missed it, we were kind of expecting a brand new iteration of the PlayStation 5 console. And right now we have the prices and the timeline, everything else in between. The original initial leaks were essentially merging the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition and the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition into one almost somewhat hybrid console, essentially getting rid of the disc drive. And what they wanted to go do to replace that, so let's go and say we still want to sell actual discs. We want to go and have people in stores, we want Walmart, Target, Best Buy, etc. happy. They're going to basically have a chance to sell a separate, basically attached by USB or whatever it might be, console, those little boxes or whatever. If you guys remember making DVDs or little portable DVD players, portable hard drives, or whatever, it's essentially that same concept with a disc drive. You put in the console in there and it's all good to go. I'm sure you guys have heard about a decent bit of this, but as of right now, it does seem like it's actually and officially confirmed. So over here, we saw this from the Microsoft expects right now Sony to launch a $400 PlayStation 5 Slim console as of this year still. Now, I'm kind of a bit first and foremost on the very headline title. I'm a little bit surprised on this, mainly just because, first and foremost, we had a really big PlayStation event a few weeks ago, and we didn't see any notice of it. Right now would have been a good time to go talk about it, let people know what's going to be happening, let's say in October, September, or whatever it might be, and then have a chance to go promote it. Although, if they are still in the works and they're mass making them, and it's kind of been a somewhat of not much of a big secret that it has been in the works. We've seen a lot of leaks. Myself have made quite a few different videos on it as more information keeps coming out. But when it comes to this stuff, it's very intriguing to see, because it does seem to show that it does it's going to happen. Now, I was kind of thinking this year might have been a little bit more of a skeptical side, just because, this whole year would be kind of crazy. There's only another 6 months left. And once again, like I said, you have to make them, you have to market it, you have to promote it, you have to have a state of play, you have to talk about it. But it would make sense maybe to go bolster up the holiday season and try to maintain the hype it has going right now. The PlayStation 5 has been selling like hotcakes still and doing very, very well, especially in comparison to Xbox. But when it does come to overall sales, it is a big thing to know. So, the Xbox maker is also thinking about the next PS5 Pro console will also be released as well in the near future. Now, I kind of wish we could give a lot more big details, but this is one of those slow rolling news stories where as time goes out, we keep on getting more and more drips. So I hope you guys never mind the additional videos on it. So Microsoft expects Sony Interactive Entertainment to launch a PlayStation 5 Slim console later this year. In documents published as part of its legal battle with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, the company said it expects the new PS5 model to cost the same as the existing, funny enough, PlayStation 5 Digital Edition console, which is $100 less than the standard PS5. So basically, if you guys know the default price point, $400, PS5 Digital, easy peasy, no disc as well, seems all good. I would actually maybe like this because my first initial thought when I was trying to get my consoles was I wanted the PlayStation 5 Digital. I thought it was a better idea, better console, better vibe, whatever you guys want to go and say for it. But in my mind, I kind of thought it was also an intriguing thing to note that they wouldn't want to try to charge a little bit more. Now, we don't have the full-on final price point, obviously, but I would probably think at least $450, maybe put it right in the middle. It's still the same product, maybe make it a little bit more better, maybe make it a little bit more lighter, use less electricity. I don't know, they could probably get away with it, but if they go to $400, I think that'd be very nice for consumers. Plus, they also make the money off the little hard drive too. So PlayStation likewise sells a less expensive digital edition for $399.99, and it's expected to release a PS5 Slim later this year at the same reduced price point, Microsoft said. So they are, at least their analysts are expecting the same price. The Xbox maker also said it believes Sony is preparing to launch a PS5 Pro console, which once again, we are hearing this from official legal sources and Xbox, which obviously you'd want to more so hear this from PlayStation. That's probably where you get the most legit information, but Xbox themselves probably has a lot of big says for this. PlayStation, meanwhile, currently offers 2 different versions of the PlayStation 5, one with a Blu-ray player, as you guys know, and the Disc Edition and Digital Editions as well, and it's anticipated to release further differentiated Pro and Slim models in the near future. So in theory, they could be working on a PlayStation 5 Slim right this second, and they're trying to make that into like maybe the new PlayStation 5 Disc Edition. So maybe a good example for this would be the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. As you guys know, they have the one slightly better console, so in this equivalent of the Xbox Series X would be the PlayStation 5 Pro, and that would maybe be still sticking maybe at the $500 price point, maybe slightly more, maybe $550 or so, not really entirely sure when. And then maybe they want to maintain up this like more so still good console, still good specs, still good hardware, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they would go put that maybe on the PlayStation 5 new Slim Edition. So it's kind of intriguing to see that they like once again, even Microsoft themselves are pushing for this. Like they're like, yeah, it would make sense. Yeah, we're watching this. Yeah, we noticed this, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, the usual stuff. It's also intriguing too because it does seem like Xbox is maybe not necessarily full on the Xbox and console market. They've been a little bit on the skeptical side when it comes to production, making consoles, and everything else they do. Like I think it's very intriguing, but I mean, I don't know. Xbox has been one of those, I think, kind of weirder spots where they make good money now on Game Pass, and maybe they went a little bit too hard on Game Pass. Some of the Xbox consoles are kind of like, they're good funnels, but at the same time, like it's not really worth it for them. So maybe they want to push more on like PC gaming. I don't know. It's one of those weird things too. But either way, it does kind of seem like from core docs, that seems like their idea. Xbox Series X, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5 Digital. Maybe maintain up a baseline for a cheaper model to maintain people joining into the PlayStation ecosystem, especially because a lot of games are probably developed currently on the PlayStation 5 architecture. So either way, a PlayStation 5 Pro is probably going to be too much difference, at least in my opinion, as well. So basically, also had a chance to go and talk about the PlayStation 5 Portable Project Q, which has also been kind of pushed a decent bit right now in these big core documents. It was described as a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. While launch details and pricings weren't revealed, Microsoft said in its legal filings. Sony is also anticipated to release a handheld version of PlayStation 5 later this year for under $300. Some folks are also pushing for that as well, for the $300 mark, give or take. So, I mean, that's still kind of expensive, at least in my mind. At least in my honest opinion, I probably want to spend $300 for it, especially if I have my console. You have to be at home. I'd rather just go maybe lay on my couch or my computer chair and play my consoles that way rather than pay $300 and maybe go to my bed. I'm already a lazy person as is, been trying to get back in the workout grind, the usual, but at the same time, it's just not the same. Like, I'd rather almost not pay that money. Now, once again, this is also Microsoft's take on it, so we don't necessarily fully know what PlayStation's doing, but as you guys know, they pretty much launched their consoles within the same pretty much day, and I'm sure these are very closely marketed in terms of leaks and information and expectations. It's kind of like if PlayStation's going to do something, Xbox is going to do something right after. It's kind of the whole point of them, doing stuff in the first place. So very interesting to see this one. So basically last year, Inside Gaming Sources claimed that Sony was planning to launch a PS5 model with the detachable disc drive around September 2023, and so far that can still happen. We are a few months away, so they would probably have to have some sort of a state of play or some sort of like proper, I guess, event come out for us to go and release it, hype it, talk about it. But once again, it maybe make a lot of sense for them to go and release that for as well for Spider-Man. I think maybe try to go and have like a dual launch, maybe try to do bundles, maybe try to go have like a holiday season of both of them going pretty well, because before they had all these cool gaming bundles, like things like the Final Fantasy 16 gaming bundles or the God of War bundles, Horizon bundles, etc. So maybe now with them, they want to try to say whatever, and they go and try to do that, maybe a similar thing with Spider-Man, try to do Spider-Man launch bundles, or put the Pro or Slim console, or do the Slim first with Spider-Man, or whatever it might be. Like you kind of want to maintain the markets the best they can. They said the console would be sold on its own or bundled with the detachable disc drive, which would also be sold separately and connects to the PS5 using an extra USB-C port in the back of the machine. It's proclaimed that this model is actually set to replace the original PS5 by the end of this year. If you guys, for some odd reason, still have your OG consoles like how I do, don't feel bad. It's probably going to be very similar specs. PlayStation 5 Pro might be slightly different though, but it does seem like the Slim is pretty much the same, just a little bit more slimmed down. As well, also, if you guys missed, we did have the July Plus Essential games are now available to be claimed in case you guys do want them. You have until July 31st over here, and there's a few other various games too as well. So in case you guys want to check them out, is the brand new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Alan Wake Remastered, which I would say is probably a really good game to go pick on up when it comes to this, with the brand new remake coming out soon, and Endling Extinction is Forever. No idea what that game is. Call of Duty is always kind of fun to go and play, nothing wrong with that. Alan Wake 2 as well, like I said, with the brand new game coming out soon. Might as well go check it out. But I want to hear all your thoughts and comments on this down below, because I do think these new consoles are going to be hyped up. I'm very excited. Like, we keep on seeing these detachable drives, although the price points are in the slightly weird, strange, like, I guess, existence, I guess, at the end of the day, because, like, some places are going up in price, some places are going down. We've had a $500 bundle with God of War, so a $560 value. So it'll be a little bit weird for me. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Happy 4th of July. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We also have all the Amazon links, too, and I appreciate you all so much for watching in the first place.